The future of payments has arrived. Every day, millions of business owners work hard to earn every dollar. But before that money ever reaches their account, someone else takes a percentage of every sale. For years, businesses have been told that's simply the cost of doing business. We don't believe it has to be. Every swipe, every tap, every transaction, the fees add up. Thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars disappear every year through processing fees. Then come delayed settlements, chargebacks, complicated statements, hidden costs. And worst of all, you still don't truly control your own money. There has to be a better way. Meet Nectar Pay, a modern crypto payment platform built for businesses that believe they should keep more of what they earn. No middlemen, no custodial wallets, no unnecessary complexity. Just fast, secure crypto payments sent directly to your own wallet. Because it's your business, your money, your choice. Accept crypto. Get paid instantly. Keep more. It's that simple. With Nectar Pay, you keep every penny with zero transaction fees on eligible crypto payments. Payments are sent directly to your own wallet, giving you complete control of your funds from the moment they're received. Accept Bitcoin, Texit Coin, popular stablecoins, and the next generation of digital currencies. Your customers simply tap, scan, or pay. No complicated setup, no confusing process. Just a payment experience that's fast, familiar, and secure. Transparent pricing. Real support. No surprises. But we didn't stop there. Introducing the Nectar Pay Business Boost program. Qualifying merchants can exchange their first year's subscription for promotional products or services from their own business. Bring 100 complimentary coffees instead of paying a subscription fee. We reward those offers to our Crypto Pop community. They visit your business, redeem their rewards, experience what you have to offer, and often become loyal paying customers. It's more than payment processing. It's customer acquisition. Digital payments are changing. Customers are actively looking for businesses that embrace innovation. The businesses that move first won't simply accept a new way to pay. They'll build lasting relationships with an entirely new community of customers. The future isn't coming. It's already here. The question isn't whether digital payments will become mainstream. The question is, will your business be ready? Book your personalized Nectar Pay demonstration today. See how simple crypto payments can be. Keep more of what you earn. Sweeten every transaction. Nectar Pay.
Well, there we have it. Are we here? Are we live? Is
That
it
was
working?
good.
Man, this technology stuff is amazing. You know, Maddie, welcome to the program. You introduced me to
Thank you.
StreamYard like a year and a half ago, and I paid for it, put in my credit card, got hit for like $3,000 to $5,000, and then I never used it a single time. Not ever one time. And then all of a sudden, last week, I'm like, I'll try it out. We'll see if I can figure it out. Because we're making all this tech stuff. I think you've been staying a little bit on the developments in the dev and tech realm of things. And I'm like, maybe I can figure out how to do a live stream. Maddie, isn't there something out there, Stream Punk, Punkfish, something that allows us to like stream to multiple platforms at the same time? Yeah.
Here we are.
And here we are. Last week we fumbled through it a little bit. I think we're doing quite better this week. Only one little interruption there as I tried to figure out how to add my my screen share into the mix. But man, how many calls did we get last week from people being like, "I saw you on Facebook."
Yeah, it was really amazing.
Showed up right there in my X feed. What are you doing? You figured out how to use the internet? No, it's it's one part embarrassing that we've been doing this 119 weeks,
I think so. Yeah.
weeks, and we just figured it out. Hold on, let's look at the week count because we try to get this right. 100. This is week 119. So let's get started. Okay. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Bobby Gray here, founder / fearless leader of Texit Coin. It is Thursday, July 9th. In your part of the world, it is Friday, July 10th over here in Singapore, where I will close this door so the wind doesn't blow my curtain too much. Well, man, it's beautiful out here. I wish you guys were here, and I wish I was there. Thanks for joining, Maddie. Thanks for joining, Tim. We're still figuring out the format. I can tell you a couple things about the format that we figured out since we did this last week. First of all, for better or worse, we're sticking to 1 hour. We are capping our time together on Thursday night at 1 hour. When people join, they're like, okay, this could be a long one. I don't know, honey. Cancel dinner. Send the kids off to the sitters or grandmas or something, because we could be here for a while. These calls don't have much structure. They go in any and every direction. And so I think it's important that we commit to our community that's taking time out of their evening to tune in, that we'll be here for 1 hour. 1 hour for better or worse. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with a cliffhanger. We get to that important point, and we're like, oh, look at that, everyone. We're out of time. We'll see you next week here on the Honest Money Update with Bobby, Tim, Maddie, and friends. So yeah, that's housekeeping item number one. We're going to cap it at an hour. We're going to do as much Q&A as we can. The challenge right now with Q&A is that I don't know where the Q's are. When we were in Zoom, there was a little thing that popped up on the side of my screen that said questions. And I just went through them one by one and kind of ignored the really annoying troll ones and tried not to let my face expression change as I read through the troll comments. And now it's open to everyone to be a troll. You can be a troll too. So if we figure out where the questions are coming in, they may pop up. Maddie, tell me what I'm missing here. Do they come right into StreamYard?
On the menu bar on the right, there's a spot that says comments. And,
Maddie, you're broken up, buddy. We can't hear you.
He's loud and clear from me, Tim. Get a new internet connection. Totally fine over here. He can get to the other side of the world, 10,000 miles away. I can hear him clear. You guys are right next door. I'm going to call your ISP, bro. I see the comments section on the side. So what does that do? Aggregate comments from all the platforms where it's streaming?
That's right. Yeah. So if you're on X or if you're on YouTube or on Facebook, we can see your comments. Go ahead and say hello.
Wow. Welcome to 2026, Bobby. Where you been all these years? Here's the thing. Here's the problem I have. I'm not a social media guy. So I don't use it. I don't even have an X account. Apparently, I'm told we have a Texit Coin account on X. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
and you're now back at the helm, man, making sure that we bring that community together. And I'm going to plant a seed in that topic. I probably want to talk to you about it now, sooner than later. I don't know how long you're planning on sticking around here. We could be here an hour. But, a year ago when you were trying to get us to do this stuff, we resisted. And I think our resistance wasn't unfairly, placed. I don't think that I was wrong, because our conversation today is very different from our conversation a year ago. A year ago, we were working on community building. We were using this, affiliate referral marketing type thing to bring people together. Some people love it. Some people hate it. We were trying to get the mind to expand so that we could, be respected in this global conversation about proof of work crypto mining. And it was so new. We're going out there in the crypto world's like, bro, don't even bother. Everyone that's done this the same way that you're doing it has failed, devolved into a scam. We don't need another coin. We've got plenty of coins already. Just go away. Just please go away and go quietly. And we're like, how about a hot air balloon that says Texit Coin and airport ads in every major airport except for New York and Atlanta? Only because they're not available. I just added up the other day, going through our accounting system. We're at $5.7 million of airport advertising so far. So like we went big. And then of course we got our man bits caught in the meat grinder and learned a lot. And that's actually what I want to talk about next. And guys, look, it's an open format here. You got something to contribute and a working internet connection, jump in and share it with us. But I want to talk about our legal updates because this is a really big deal. I have to remove other media.
Bobby, do you mind if I jump in and say a word about social media here?
Dude, keep going, man. This is our call.
Cool.
Take it away.
Well,
before you do that, it's really great to have you here. It's really great.
Thank you.
When I first met you, I was thoroughly impressed with your understanding of our project. You know, like I go out to people and I'm like, look, we're making coins so that people can physically hold something and have the best of both worlds, digital and physical. Lock it up in your safe. And I talk to people and their eyes gloss over and they're like, that's the dumbest idea I ever heard. I'll never forget sitting down with oh man, what was the guy's name that started Celsius? In jail now.
Alex Mashinsky.
Yeah, Mashinsky. I sat down with him in Berlin at Consensus in 2018. And I showed him my coin. He's like, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard. And we literally built Texit Coin on these coins because people said, oh, I can hold it. I can hold my crypto now. You saw that. You made a coin with us. And like, you know, it was just really refreshing to meet somebody that's been around crypto long enough to understand what some of the challenges are that the industry faces that can help communicate who we are, what we're doing, how we're doing it with our friends in crypto. Like, we're not here to be enemies with the Bitcoin maxis. We're here to contribute to this ecosystem. We just have an interesting way of doing it that's rooted in thousands of years of monetary policy. And you saw it. We tried to connect with you. I think we established a good relationship, but it wasn't the right time. And I think the time for you to be here to help us carry this conversation to mainstream crypto is with us today. Having said that, Maddie, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Of course, when I met you, I was running to your booth at the crypto conference because somebody told me, hey, Maddie, those coins you've been giving out to people, the guy who made them is here. And I was like, what? I've been dying to meet that guy. And,
Bobby Lee?
Not that one. And
not the big one, not the knockoff.
Right. And so, yeah, that's how we became acquainted. And then the last time you put me in charge of the X account, the price of Texit Coin went from 15 cents up to $5 or $7. So I feel really lucky that you've brought me back now because every time you put me in charge of that, we've gone from 15 cents to $7. And
are you ready for that again? Do you think the community is ready for that? Because the first time it happened, it was a shock and it was a surprise and people didn't really know what to make of it or do with it.
Right. And that's like the sudden wealth and like the power of crypto. And there's a lot of reasons for people to be involved in Texit Coin. And, you know, we're going to talk about those. But the thing I want to draw everybody's attention to today is, especially the people who are lucky enough to be watching this call, I would really encourage you to create an X account, formerly known as Twitter, and to follow Texit Coin on Twitter. And basically what I'm going to be asking you to do is to go to the Texit Coin Twitter website, x.com/TexitCoin, and turn on notifications. And if you want to go the extra mile, then go to t.me/TexitCoins with an S. And that's my notification channel where I notify you every time I put out a tweet. Now, what's the point of that? The point is we already have 50,000 people who they're getting payouts on their Texit Coin mine every day.
Yeah.
And so whether they're listening or not, that's a huge group of people who can get involved in hitting the like button and commenting on one tweet a day. Now, what that would do, I can tell you with my experience, basically being a successful crypto YouTuber and crypto influencer, and like all the big accounts, they follow me. Ivan on Tech follows me, even when he doesn't follow anybody else, that kind of thing. People with Tiffany Fong, millions of followers. These people follow me because I figured out how Twitter works. And I can tell you with certainty that if the posts that I'm making on the Texas Coin Twitter account, they start getting 50 likes, if they start getting 200 likes every post, the rest of the crypto world, they will know about us and they'll be interested. And so there's about 200 people or more that listen to this call. So it's really going to take everybody who's listening tonight. And I'm not going to ask you this week to go out and like reactivate your whole network of people, but I'm going to encourage you yourself this week for your goal to be pick that one time each day when you're going to remember, hey, Maddie said to go like and comment on the Texas Coin Twitter. Maybe it's when you're sipping on your morning coffee. Maybe it's when you brush your teeth. That's when you're going to remember. Maybe you're going to be sitting on your porcelain throne. And that's the time you're going to apply.
I do my best social media work as well.
And I can tell you that the price of Texas Coin, it will respond when new people start seeing it. And I can make the best posts in the world on the Texas Coin account, but if the community doesn't do their part, then we're not going to benefit like we could. And I think we really can.
It's so true because, people do it subconsciously. They go and they look at a page. Oh, 800 followers, not a thing. Or they go to a page and they go, oh, 480,000 followers. That's a real thing. And what they don't realize is that two things. Number one, I don't take it seriously. And it's like the saying about politics. It's like take an interest in politics because politics takes an interest in you. It's like take an interest in social media because social media is what everyone else uses. So it's all well and good that Bobby doesn't want to get onto Facebook. But if everybody else is there and we're not communicating in the language that they use, we're missing them. They're missing us. And they jump to conclusions. Well, they must be dead. Well, they're clearly not doing anything. It's like, guys, we do stuff every week. Yeah, on a private Zoom call that you don't even email the link out to. How are we supposed to find out about this stuff? Good point. So we have to engage the social media platform. But I'm serious, man. I don't think we were ready last year. I think that we had a lot of growing up to do. I think that the trolls and the critics out there had some fair objections and challenges to our model and to, some of the restrictive things that we put in place to get ourselves out of infancy, opening up the code, making it open source, opening up the node so that anybody could spin one up. Like those are all things that the crypto guys are going to look at directly and be like, dude, if you don't have auditable code, there's no way I'm getting involved. Fair. So we've matured, we've grown up. And like you said, man, we got to get our community off the bench. And it's so easy. We're not asking you to go out there and like talk to your cousin about an opportunity. We're asking you while you're brushing your teeth and scrolling just to hit the like button. That's it. Just do that. And that little thing coming from a real person, a real human being, is enough to begin to catapult us up in the algorithms, in the, in the social media, like however those things work, so that people say, wow, this is a real community and they're actually doing stuff. They're active and they're participating. And it's great to see that they're being productive. We lost Tim somehow. Did you kick Tim out?
I did not. But I can re-add him when he rejoins.
Well, you know way more about how to deal with this platform, man, than I do, because you're making stuff move around and I'm blown away. So yeah, thanks for that. Tim's back. Thanks for being here. Thanks for teaching us how to do this stuff. Thanks for helping encourage the community to begin to take off the cocoon, reemerge and be like, what? Texacoin's up 25%? Hold on. I'm interested. Like, that's a pretty cool thing. It's a really cool thing. That's what is kind of fun about these small cap tokens. I don't really like when people refer to us like that, but it's a lot easier for us to go from 10 cents to 20 cents than it is for Bitcoin to go from 125,000 to 250,000 or 60,000 to 120,000. Like, that's a monumental amount of cash that has to come into that, that market for that type of movement to happen. For us to go from 10 cents to 20 cents, maybe it's just a couple hundred people start clicking on the like button and people go, oh, Texacoin, I thought they were gone, but they're showing signs of life and maybe they're getting ready for their next cycle.
Yeah, that's how it works. Like the rest of crypto, they notice when you get 200 likes, because even accounts with 1 million followers, they don't get that much engagement. And so I can tell you, somebody with 30,000 followers, that even I stand out compared to the biggest accounts when I tweet something that gets 500 likes or 200 likes. And so this is a major opportunity, on top of the fact, as you stated, that we have all these technical improvements to brag about, but also we're verified already on CoinMarketCap. And so this time when the price goes up, people are going to see us. They're going to see us on Twitter. They're going to see us on CoinMarketCap.
They're going to take us seriously. They're going to realize that we're not, look, the rug pull and the exit scam are the biggest challenges that, people face when they evaluate small new projects. It seems exciting. The rhetoric sounds good, but how do we know that these guys have staying power? How do we know the first sign of a regulatory action or a troll or, whatever negative thing that could happen? How do we know that they're not going to take the Lambo and cut and run to Dubai? Like, how do we know? You can never know. You don't know what's in somebody's heart. You can never know for sure until they've been through it and they go, still here. Talk to me real quick about sudden wealth syndrome, because there are two things that I really want to encourage our community to watch out for. And one of them, Tim kind of learned about at an event that he was at 2-3 weeks ago. And he said, how many people here have taken your cold storage coin out of the package? And like, no hands went up. And I'll never forget getting some very nasty messages from people in our community that got in at 10 cents, that could have sold some coins and broken even at $1, and could have sold some coins and doubled their money at $2, and could have sold some coins and made enough to like buy something very nice for themselves at $3, or dollar cost averaged on the way up or down or whatever. Like, they didn't do it and they didn't get involved. They like, I don't know if they were crossing their fingers and waiting for 16 or 80 or 800 or 8,000 or whatever it is, but like, that's one problem. And the other problem is sudden wealth syndrome. So I want to spend just a minute or two on both of those things, because I think that they are problems on opposite ends of the spectrum, but they're both a problem that we need to prepare for as we go into our next cycle.
Yeah, and if I can just say, I saw a video of Tim. I was very impressed how he handled some people who were asking tough questions. And
I never saw that video. I want that video. Where's that video?
So impressive. Seriously. So the idea of sudden wealth syndrome, this is, my psychology is my background is in psychology, and I call myself a crypto psychologist because I became known for talking about sudden wealth syndrome. People say, ooh, how do I get that? Right. And the way people, exactly. The way people get sudden wealth syndrome is they get an inheritance, or they win the lottery, or maybe they get injured and they get a settlement, or they get involved in crypto.
I was gonna say, where they start Texacoin.
Right. And there's like a lot of serious stuff to talk about when it comes to sudden wealth syndrome. There's a lot of psychology that goes into mastering fear and greed. But the bottom line, I guess, for starting
The
out
1 minute
is,
version. Yeah.
yeah, like, you know, who you become depends a lot on the principles that your community holds. And that's why I think it's so cool in the Texas coin community. It's all about honest money, holding your own keys, these things that the rest of crypto used to care about back when, you know, it was on its founding principles.
They'll care
Being
again,
able
man.
to
They'll care again.
getting to transact with other people and, like, you know, not have to trust a middleman, that kind of thing, right? And so so when I think about son wealth syndrome, I think deeply about, like, well, yeah, there's like the financial aspect, but what it really comes down to is, who do you become if you create wealth, and how does that make the world a worse or a better place? And so becoming the best version of yourself, that is, you know, it's kind of it's not just a product of how you got there, but where you're coming from, and what the principles are. And so I could, you know, I could and do talk for hours about son wealth syndrome, and, you know, everybody wants to sign up, but the truth is, you know, you want to have that community of people in real life to keep you grounded when the thing you've invested in does what it's supposed to do. And that's what really matters.
My thought about that as well is, now's the time to start thinking about it. You know, at $7, September 2025, it was too late. You know, it was, hey, I got to make a decision. Am I cashing out? Am I buying that thing? Am I going? Okay, guys, you can see that we're building something here. You can see that it's starting to work. You can see that it's coming together. It took a lot of time, a lot of heartache, and a lot of money for lawyers, but here we are. And so we're getting something going. So let's start thinking about those things now, both on the sudden wealth syndrome side and also the strategic exit side. Because if we go through our next cycle, and look, it's going to be another cycle, boom, and then it's going to come down. What goes up must come down. What did they say back in 2017, 2018? The bigger the party, the worse the hangover. You know, if we have this thing happen again, sell a couple bucks worth on the way up. Get some cash, put it into your pocket. Recover your, you know, initial costs, so that way you have a positive experience to think about and talk about, and then you can gear up for the next cycle, because we know it's coming. We know what to do to get there, and we want you to have a great experience as we go through that. So open your eyes now, be aware of what happens on the way up, and be aware of what happens when you cash out, and all of a sudden you're looking at a pile of cash that you've never imagined in your lifetime. I mean, that's what happens in crypto. We've seen it time and time again.
Another interesting, like, aspect of this psychology is, most people, they might buy when they first hear about it. If they heard about it at $5, they're not in profit. But that's why the whole financial world talks about dollar cost averaging, because if we're done at 13 cents now, that means, you know, if you bought $500 of Texas coin at you know, whatever it was, $5, you know, now you only have to put in, what would it be? I'm trying to do math on stream.
A lot less.
To buy $100, yeah, to buy 100 Texas coin that you got for $500 would now only be what, $13. And
right.
so the challenge, I guess, for a lot of people is like, oh, well, I don't want to buy it when it's low.
Yeah.
But then
that's so hard.
That makes it so that your break even is now not $5. If you put $13 in now your break even is $2.50 or something. So so it's just it's really awesome to be in a crypto, and it doesn't feel like it at first, but, you know, if Bitcoin didn't have these huge dips, then, you know, there wouldn't be as much upside for people who are the true believers, who are accumulating, dollar cost averaging, you know, by being greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy.
And the thing about that too is that we want those people to win with us. If it was only the 5 or 6 or 10 guys that got in April 2024 that had an opportunity to win, this would be a real boring story. But those dips, you know, are the guys that got in early, cashing out, getting their boat, sailing off into the sunset. And then the new guy's coming along and saying, I want my turn next. Just look me in the eye and tell me one thing. This project's not done. Just tell me the project's not done. Tell me it's not over. Just be honest with me about that one thing. Because if the project's not over, we can do it again and again and again. Just like Bitcoin did it 10 times over a decade or so. We can do that as well. So long as people can look us in the eye, and I say us because it's the three of us here, and there are lots and lots of other us's out there as well. But if they can look us in the eye, they can come to the conclusion that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a rug pull. It's not a meme coin. It's not a Ponzi. It's not a pyramid. And I'll show you some good evidence on that. And I mean the word evidence. If I can show you that and I can convince you that that's true, then you'll feel comfortable pulling that $13 out of your pocket. Before it was $500 because, man, that was crazy. Now it's $13. It's a totally different ask today, but it's the same commitment. It's the same leap of faith. I don't care if it's $1, $13, or $500. If you can look me in the eye and you can realize that this project is not dead, it's still alive and it's better than it's ever been before, then consider that idea. Or just consider pressing the like button or the share button or restream this. I don't know if that's a possibility. There's a restream thing out there. So I don't know. But that's it. Keep the faith, guys. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking you to not continue to trust, not continue to be hopeful. Just evaluate the facts in evidence and decide if this is a project that you think is real and has real staying power. That's all. Maddie, thanks for joining, man. You're welcome to stick around for the next part of our program here. We've got 30 minutes left.
We got
on the
28 minutes left. Yes.
This is what happens. We're like, okay, we're going to talk for an hour. We've got one item on our list of notes. How are we going to talk for an entire hour? Well, and I warned you about that when we did the Ranger Roundup. I was like, Tim, you're planning for 2 hours. It's going to go by in about 5 minutes. Okay, the biggest thing that happened today that I asked Maddie to make a really big deal about on the socials is Quinn Emanuel, our legal team, just swung back. We filed yesterday our motion for summary disposition. Think of it like a motion for summary judgment in a normal court hearing. And it's a pretty deeply detailed update. And so normally we just have a link to whatever the latest filing is here. Instead, we've got an entire blog article that breaks down with these probably AI generated, not in Texas background imageries. We have an entire blog article that breaks down exactly what's in these 3 documents. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can find the documents. They're published as usual on IPFS, the Interplanetary File System that shares items not by file name, but by content identifier. It's a powerful way of using a hashed algorithm to know that you're getting exactly the file that you're looking for. So if you want to go through the actual documents, and I encourage you to do so, I got to remind everybody that I didn't start this thing blind. I didn't talk to any lawyers, but I read every indictment. I read every case that I could get my hands on about the guys that came before us in crypto that tried to do something similar to what we did and failed, why they failed. So I read those documents. If you want to know more about that stuff, we did a deep dive. If you go to the legal updates page, scroll all the way to the bottom, we did a deep dive into, what the regulators are really concerned about. And at the bottom of this page, we link all that stuff. We link all the different types of regulatory actions, DOJ actions, all that stuff on that page. So there's a lot there to take in. Too long, don't read. But if you want the Cliff's Notes, read this page. It gives you the quick update. But the very, very quick version of it is 3 things. Number 1, sworn testimony from me about exactly what we are, what we did. 2, an expert report from this CPA. Andrew is a frequent witness for the Department of Justice in the actions that they take against companies that are doing bad things. He is an expert witness for the defense in this case, showing from a financial standpoint exactly who we are, exactly what we did, exactly what it is, and why it is absolutely not a security. And purchasing of mining power sold over time. I mean, it's all here in black and white, and it's really powerful stuff. But the fun part is the motion for the summary disposition. And I read it, it brought tears to my eyes, literally brought tears to my eyes. Just like I said about Maddie a few minutes ago, this is, and it wasn't cheap, but this is a full explanation of who we are, what we did, how we did it, based in legal references, all of the arguments that we have about our thing from a third party perspective, from an expert perspective. And their understanding of our project is really spectacular. It's almost a marketing piece. It's almost an opportunity to go, look, here it all is on the record in open court for everyone to read, dissect, go through, and it's really spectacular work. And so now we wait 2 weeks for the TSSB to file a response. They could toss this whole thing before we get to the August 17th to 20 hearing in Austin. Either way, we will keep you updated along the path of discovering exactly what it is that the government does not like about what we did. And if you want all the details, check it out right there on the website. Look, our strategy is full transparency. And some people think we go over the top. And we say, look, we would rather than not know. We would rather disclose it than not. And one of the really amazing things about, this project is that people were sharing stuff to YouTube. We have these Zoom calls, and we record the Zoom calls, and then we share it with our community. Well, our community on Telegram is private. You got to be a minor to get into that community. And then somebody started taking those Zoom calls and publishing them to YouTube. And they're like, aren't these calls supposed to be private? And my knee-jerk reaction was like, hey, wait a minute, those are private. And I said, you know what? We got nothing to hide. Let it go far and wide. Now, that may be one thing that saved our butts in this case. Why? Because we were accused of intentionally hiding my bankruptcy from 2013 with Mulligan Mint. And I'm like, we've talked about that at least a dozen times in our Zoom calls. Oh, but those are private. No, they're not. Those are all indexed, transcribed, and published to YouTube. They're all over the troll websites because they're published to YouTube. And so all you have to do is a real simple search for my name, and a lot of stuff pops up. Some of it even good. But the point is that, by being transparent with our community, we put all the cards on the table. We ask people to make an educated decision about whether they want to buy a mining seat for $1,000 or $10 worth of coins on an open exchange. It is completely based on the market to decide all the information that they could possibly need to evaluate whether that's a good decision or a bad decision are out there in the public domain for them to scrutinize, review, talk about, make fun of if they want to. It's all there. I don't think there's any other project that's been as transparent as we've been. Have you come across anything like that?
No, definitely not. It's number one for transparency. Yeah. And that's by the way, that's one of the principles of true crypto.
That's it. Isn't that so funny how that's like, you go to these crypto bro websites, it's like, we have a dedicated team. We're doing everything above board. Show us. Show me. Crypto is designed for us to be open, honest, and transparent. Prove it. So it's very strange. So we got to get into the second half of our program because the clock is ticking down. Tim's getting antsy over there saying, when's it my turn? Is it my turn yet? So let me start off by reminding everybody what we talked about last week and the logo up in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Last week, we talked about Nectar Pay. Nectar Pay is our first real manifestation of utility on the TXC blockchain. And where we're going to go kind of next with this, and I didn't tell Tim about this yet, is a quick review of a couple of the big questions we got after last week's conversation. So we introduced Nectar Pay. We said, we've got this. It's a really great thing. It was easy for us to make. And we built it because we're trying to launch our store and take payment on the store, which was impossible for us before. And we're trying to get the foundation set up from the tech and dev side for fair money, which is, using tap to pay cards at fairs and festivals, and for downtown digital, which is a community currency that's designed to circulate inside of a small town. And so, we're working on this project. Thanks, Maddie. Appreciate you being here. And so we're working on this project, and we've launched Nectar Pay, and people have questions about it. And so if you want to discover Nectar Pay, we've got it on the website now. It's really fun. We got Buzzy as our little mascot here. I don't know if the bee thing is a good idea or a bad idea. I love it. Some people say bees are scary. I love bees.
Yeah.
I think we need to save the bees.
How could that guy be scary? Look at him.
He's so
perfect.
fun. Let's not show the latest version of Buzzy dressed up for some of our other markets. But a couple questions that we got from last week's conversation. Question number one was, what does this have to do with Texit Coin?
Right.
I like what you guys are doing. I appreciate that we're seeing updates and progress. But what does it have to do with Texit Coin? And my answer to that originally was like, I don't know. I'll figure it out someday. The answer today is very different. The answer is, what does Nectar Pay have to do with Texit Coin? It has everything to do with Texit Coin. It is so fundamental to the Texit Coin vision, mission, and strategy. It just wasn't like glaringly obvious, because all this stuff is happening very quickly, and we're making up a lot of it as we go, and we're figuring out, as we've done from day one. We didn't know about immersion cooling on day one. We didn't know about L7s or L9s. We didn't know about shipping containers in far off places, and we didn't know. We're learning. If you're not here to have a journey with us and learn together, then you're on the wrong project. Go to XRP if that's what you need. You need something that's run by a board of suits. That's not us. We're a bunch of individuals, and we're figuring it out as we go. Thanks for joining us for that journey. So the question that came up most frequently after last week's call was, what does it have to do with Texit Coin? The answer today is everything. I'll give you a couple of the everythings so you have an idea of what we're working with here. And Tim, jump in, talk about this. First of all, the easy answer is utility. The whole rewards program runs on TXC. People pay their monthly fee in TXC. They are able to settle out transactions in TXC. We're bridging USDC to run on TXC so that it's faster than running on Ethereum. This is able to be fully built to run natively on TXC. That's the goal. And because we're creating the user relationship, we're going where crypto doesn't know how to go. We're going in and saying, would you like to take crypto? And the merchant's saying, well, what's that? That sounds interesting. What is it? Oh, okay. So they don't know about Ethereum. They don't know about, atomic bridges and swaps to side. This is all way too complex. So if we go, your customer is going to come in, they're going to tap their phone or their card to pay. The end, they go, well, that sounds great. So we can bring them USDC on the TXC chain. So utility is the first answer to that question. And we always knew from day one that we were going to need real utility and purpose for this project to be more than just a flash in the pan. So utility is answer number one. Number two is terminals. AJ, throw me a terminal there. Just literally throw it. We got terminals. Now the terminals matter because of two things. I want to do a screen share with you real quick and show you. I've been talking a little trash on them, and hopefully they're not going to be mad at me. But check out what's going on with our friends over at Tangem. Tangem make a really great crypto cold storage wallet. I've got one of them right here. People are wearing Tangem rings. So Tangem's giving you a card that you can use to go out and tap to pay. Tangem's giving you a ring that you can go out and use to tap to pay. Where?
Yep.
Where? Tell me where you can go to tap this ring. Oh, okay. Well, this is the future of payments. Okay. So you must have some sort of link on here on all of the places that I can go right now to tap my ring, right? No, they don't have it. They don't have it. They can't do it. They don't know how to do it. We'll come back to that in a little bit. But we're getting terminals out there. We're getting them out there profitably. We're selling these terminals at a profit. We make money on this. That money is what gives our sales reps the incentive to go in and have a conversation with people that would have never imagined getting into crypto, off the bench and into crypto. So if we've got a profitable model that makes it easier for them to accept a crypto payment, it's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. It's a win for everybody. And so we have this terminal drive. Our goal is to put 10,000 terminals out there on countertops in merchants before Token 2049 in October. We'll come back to that as well. But the reason that that's so important is because these terminals start to pave the way for downtown digital and for fair money. And that's a huge thing because in the model that we cooked up for fair money and downtown digital, we were going to give the terminals away.
Right.
And that was going to cost a lot of money to put these terminals out there. We're going to have to tie up a whole bunch of capital in deploying terminals so that downtown digital and fair money work. Well, now they've got the terminals and they paid for them. And so if we get them to pay for the terminals and we make a profit off it, it gives us the ability to get more terminals out there, faster, bigger, more markets. And then it makes it easier for us to roll out downtown digital and fair money, which we all agreed was going to be our first utility and the biggest thing that we could possibly do to create demand for TXC. Getting this project going also gives us the ability to test the technology. You know, the last thing we wanted to do was roll into the Texas Music Revolution, have 100,000 people show up at an event, start tapping, and the whole thing, you know, hit the fan.
Right.
That would have been a disaster. So now we can roll out 1 terminal and 2 and 5 and 10 and tweak it and debug it and add features and get the tech really perfected before we show up at an Oktoberfest or a Renaissance fair where it's mission critical and the whole thing falls apart if we don't do a good job. That's not the kind of reputation that we need. So this has everything to do with Texit Coin, everything. There's more than that we're going to get into in another moment. But that's where the rubber hits the road with Texit Coin. So if you're a Texit Coin miner and you're sitting back and you're saying, what are we doing? Is this a pivot? Is this what they call a pivot in the entrepreneur's world? They tried it one way, it didn't work. They abruptly change direction and do something totally. No, this is a completely and fundamentally related to the success of Texit Coin. And you'll see how in just the next few minutes.
But again, remember, this is one of just 10 utility verticals that we're working on. So it's not going to be pivots. We have quite a few. Yes.
And remember, everybody, this is in addition to what we need you to create. The whole idea of blockchain is you've got a public network. What do you want to do with it? What app do you want to make? What DApp are you going to do? What video game are you going to create? The tools are out there now with AI to make some amazing stuff. No more excuses. If you're creative and you can talk to your computer, it will make almost anything that you can imagine. And it can run on TXC. The made in Texas blockchain that's fast, inexpensive, not overloaded, not overwhelmed, and ready for us to build on top of. So utility, terminals, setting the stage for fair money and downtown digital, getting the tech dialed in, bulletproof, tested, in a really great, you know, kind of warm up to 100,000 people tapping all day long at an event. These are really important things that are contributing to the Texit Coin ecosystem and its success. But there's more than that. And the more than that is going back to like Texit Coin day one. We've got an idea. Are we ready to talk about the idea?
I think so, buddy.
We've got 13 minutes left.
Otherwise, we're going to leave another cliffhanger and people are going to have to wait till next week.
We're sorry. I talk a lot. I'm excited. Okay. So let's go back to Texit Coin strategy day one.
Yes.
From the very beginning of this project, I said, I've got a theory. And my theory is if we build a mine that's this big, I'm pointing really high right now.
Yep.
It's this big, 100 million mega hash. we'll have a top 100 coin. If we build a 100 million megahash mine, we'll have a top 100 coin. That's my theory. That's what I built this entire project on top of. If we build the mine, we'll have a respectable network. People will trust us. They'll build on us. We'll have utility. We'll have a top 100 coin. That's it. Now, like we mentioned a minute ago, we're CoinMarketCap verified. We're starting to claw our way. Don't call it a comeback. We're starting to claw our way out of, oblivion. Is that a word? Oblivion?
Yeah.
Okay. I tend to make words up. We're starting to claw our way out of, the nothingness of crypto. People look at the chart, they go, up, the end. Well, you zoom in enough on Bitcoin and you see that Bitcoin did that a dozen times as well.
Right.
So call it what you want. It's either dead and it's over, or we're just getting started with our next cycle. Why? Because we've got real utility now. We've got a working network now. Did we have a network that worked properly last September at $7? Absolutely not. Were we merge mining Litecoin and Doge successfully last September at $7? No. Did we have utility? We had a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm, some shiny cars out there on the street. We still got the cars, by the way. But we didn't have real utility, staying purpose, roots that went down deep. Now we have it, and a working network, and we're merge mining Litecoin, Doge, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's great having Maddie here because I'm seeing these little things pop up on the screen. And man, it's just so nice to have somebody like professionally managing and producing this thing. Damn. Anyway, I digress. I said from day one that if we build a mine that's so big, so large, so respectable that the crypto community cannot ignore it, we'll have a top 100 coin. Now, it's easier for us to have a top 100 coin today than it was a year ago. Why? Because the crypto market's contracted by more than half, and we've got more coins now. At $5 a coin, we're a top 100 coin. What did you say last week? If we're at $5, we're
at $5, we would be number 86, which would be one step above Trump coin.
You don't think we'll have their attention then?
Yep.
Come on, guys, be fair. That was my theory. I said giant mine, valuable coin. That was it.
But how?
So
how
far,
did
so
you do
good.
that? Right? You said,
We
what was the
did it
structure?
through-
How did you do it?
We did it through our referral marketing program that brought together a community of people and a pile of cash, which are all important for success of a long-term success of a project like this. Now, we still have the cash and we still have the community, but we stopped growing the mine. If you look at the size of the mine, we stopped growing it back on February 11th. Why February 11th? Did something happen on February 11th that stands out as being significant enough to shut down sales across the board? Yeah, we got a cease and desist from the state of Texas. Well, what about outside of No. We shut it down everywhere. Mm-hmm. We wanted to err on the side of of caution. The last thing we wanted was to be accused of violating a cease and desist. We haven't been accused of that. You'll see that in the filing. The government said shut down. In Texas, we shut down everywhere. The mine kept paying out the daily reward as promised every single day. The commissions got paid out through the end of our sales period every single time. Everything was settled. We've been making payroll. We've been going through running our business for the last 4 months and 29 days. Or if you're in USA, 8 days. Or almost 5 months into completely freezing it. And we've done more in these last 5 months than I think we did in the first 2 years. But we have to build the mine. We have to build the mine because that was the original theory and that has not changed. Now we're at 23% today. We got pretty far with our little ragtag 3 left, 3 right plan that a lot of people hated. It's fair. I get it. I was never a fan of that as well, but it worked. But we shut it down on February 11th, and we haven't grown the mine at all since then. Now the boys are working hard in Conroe to bring 800 more L9s online this week. Fingers crossed. But we have to get back to building the mine because that was the theory. That was the bet. That was the projection. That was the wild, audacious, hairy goal. What do they call it? Whatever. That was the look. If we build a network that's big and reliable and trustworthy, if we speak to crypto in terms of megawatts and hash power, mega hash and megawatts, and we show them that we've got the containers and we've got the ASICs, and Bitmain goes, holy crap, you're our second largest customer now. We'll put you on stage at that event. You're doing great things for proof of work mining. If we build the mine, we'll have a top 100 coin. We've changed zero, but we paused. We stopped selling it. Today, we're going to announce a pilot program to start accumulating more mining hash power once again. And this is what we want to talk about in our final 7 minutes.
And unfortunately, people, we ran out of time, so we're going to have to let you know what that is next week.
Tune in next week for an exciting conclusion, maybe. We were supposed to talk about crypto pop today. We didn't even get to like Nectar Pay. So let's talk about this real quick. Here's the deal, friends. We got a lot of people in the Texacoin mining community that are saying, I want to buy more. I know what you guys are doing. And we say, thank you very much. We appreciate the support. It's on hold. Until we figure out something that is going to allow us to continue to grow and not violate the cease and desist, we're on hold. Well, now we have something that's not going to violate the cease and desist and allow us to continue to grow the mine. We're going to try it. We don't know if it's a good idea or the best idea we've ever had or a terrible idea. But we've gotten a lot of calls and questions from miners this past week saying, how can I help? I got some merchants. I got 5-6 businesses that I can get to jump on this thing right away. What do I get? And we're like, well, we're not charging a lot for it. It's only $727 for somebody to, join, get the terminal, and pay their first year of processing fee. Like, there's just not a lot of money in that. Well, can you put it into that other thing? No. We don't want to do that either. Well, this is something that we want to keep pure, something that the crypto guys can get excited about. Well, what can you give me that's going to get me interested? And we talked about it. Tell us what we came up with.
Yeah. So, this follows the same process and the goal that you came out with what we were doing with building the mine. So what I always loved about the fact of what the plan was is if you put in the time and effort, the people that put in the most time and effort and attention are going to get rewarded the most. And if you remember, you couldn't buy 100 seats if you wanted to, or 1,000 seats. You could only buy 9 seats. And if you wanted more than 9 seats, what did you have to do?
You got to earn it, bro. You got to roll your sleeves. That's how we keep this thing in the hands of individuals. If a bank or a foreign nation can come along and buy up 10% or 50% or 99% of the mine, we failed. This is supposed to be a project where individuals win. Individuals participate, individuals build, individuals refer and share, individuals win.
So the same premise. So we're keeping with the same premise. So with that being said, we've had, when we started doing these road shows, like Bobby said, we're getting calls, we're getting people that are asking, hey, how can we get more? They're starting to see that we put the pieces of the puzzle together. And especially when we've started announcing Nectar Pay, our first utility, everybody sees, wow, this is what they've talked about for an entire year. Well, how do I get more? So now what we've designed is a program or a plan for you guys to help us place these Nectar Pay machines in merchants out there. So for every time that you do that, anytime that you go out there, you can buy a kit right now as a Texacoin miner or an Iskander miner, you can buy a one-time demo kit for $250. That demo kit gets you it gets you the machine, it gets you a cold storage coin. You'll have a 1-page PDF sales sheet, which is very easy for you to just show the businesses exactly all the benefits, the pricing, and everything. And for what you do is for every time that somebody goes, you'll have your own referral link. And when somebody signs up as a merchant, they pay the $4.99 for the one-time fee for the device that they own and the $19 a month subscription for the year, which is $228. So $727. When somebody buys that and signs up and uses your referral link, then you get 1 free Texacoin seat, 100 mega hash.
Say that again. Say that one more time, because that's pretty substantial.
For every person that uses your referral link, you help us grow this, because this is the future of Texacoin. This is what's getting our price back in the right direction. We've now made it for every merchant, you get 1 free Texacoin mining seat.
That's 100 mega hash.
Yep, $1,000 value. You get that for helping us sign up. You get 20 of these. That's 2,000 mega hash added to your account. That's
It's
a
a
20,000.
massive amount of hash power, and it's a massive amount of value, and it's so easy. All you got to do is log into your MindTXC dashboard. Right there on the dashboard, scroll down a little bit, and you will see your Nectar
Hey, this
Pay
is
referral
new.
program.
I like this. Yeah, good job,
This
Bobby.
is your first time seeing it?
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, we dreamed something, and 5 minutes later, the code is there to do it. Now, we never had this before. People were always like, how do I get my referral link? And we're like, we don't know. Figure it out.
So now you scan that.
This is your QR code with your URL. But check out what we did as well. We have this dynamic flyer where you click print flyer. And now all of a sudden, how do I get it to open in this window? Now all of a sudden, instantaneously, it creates a PDF for you. There we go. Let me drag it over here. That you can hand out with your referral code and your link on it.
Yep.
Right there, automatic, print it out, and now you've got something that you can put into a small business owner's hands, not only that explains the project and what we're doing, but talks about the fees, talks about the benefits for them, instant, self-custody, no platform fees, any chain, any wallet. This is very customizable, so we can add all kinds of stuff, a quick comparison, and then your link right there, print it out. It's right there. It's easy to get right in your back office. And there is a huge reward. That's what we're going to get into, guys. We're going to get into bounties. Yes. Right now, we want merchants. Why? Because when you go and you visit our friends over at BitPay and you go to their page to see how massive they are, where's their status page?
Or lack of massiveness.
Here's our goal. They're loading their stats. 6,600 transactions in the last 30 days globally. That's 220 transactions a day. Here's the Nectar Pay version that we're putting together. And of course, in standard Texacoin fashion, full transparency. The whole network right now, we haven't done crap. It's brand new. The terminals haven't shipped yet. But we'll show you the last 10 transactions live. We'll show you how much money people have saved, 2.9% at a time. We'll show you how much volume we've settled in the last 30 days. We'll put every statistic that we have access to on this page so that you can see real time that we're crushing it or not, or that we're just getting started. But that's what happens with a real project. But the point is that we're going to start giving you guys incentive to build this thing because, and this is the biggest part of the, how does this connect with Texacoin? The biggest part is that we want to be able to go back to the crypto industry and show them that we've solved a challenge that they were never able to do, that we were able to accomplish something that they couldn't do. They couldn't build the merchant network. They couldn't figure out how to get merchants, producers on board. The credit card companies has spent decades and billions of dollars making it so that all you got to do is you got to walk out and tap to pay. They spent a lot of time and a lot of money making it so easy that you don't even have to think about it to accomplish that goal. That's what we're up against. We have to win with incentive and we have to win with the user experience. We know that. Crypto couldn't do it. Why me? Why Texacoin? Why us? Why now? It's really simple. Because this is what I did before I discovered crypto. Bobby Gray, the American open currency standard, was bartering and building a merchant marketplace all over the US, getting people to trade silver, gold, and copper coins. I was already out at Renaissance festivals, getting people to trade with old-fashioned coins. I was on the horse and buggy, but I knew how to build a merchant marketplace. So when I saw crypto, I said, they've got the tech to do this 1,000, 10,000 times bigger and faster than I could ever go with my gold and silver coins. I still love my gold and silver coins, but I can't accomplish what the crypto bros can do. And they didn't do it. They moved on to the next shiny thing. They forgot how important it was to take ownership of the rails that connects the merchant and the consumer. Dude, nobody loves the banks. No one's sitting around saying, man, I wish I could pay my bank more than 3%. I wish they took 4%. I love banks so much. And consumers are tired of having their PayPal and their Venmo and their Cash App accounts frozen. Nobody wants this. And yet here we all are putting up with it because we don't have an alternative. Yes, we do. We've had the alternative for 15 plus years now. And they couldn't do it. They couldn't sell it. They gave up on it. They moved on to other shiny, easy things. That's perfect. That's our home.
Let's talk about real quick how easy it is for us to do this. We've got a 50,000 member community. If we just had 500, remember, we've got a lofty goal of 10,000 of these machines sitting on business owners' desks by token 2049. If we have 500 community members and we teach them and train them.
That's 1%, by the way. That's 1%.
We teach them and train them.
1% of our community say, okay, all right, I'll help.
If we teach them and train them to sell 20 of these machines, they get 2,000 mega hash deposited in their account, which is a $20,000 value. And we hit the 10,000 merchant goal before token 2049. And then we're the largest. And then we go in, think about the strategic alliances that we're going to be able to get, Bobby, with Tangem and the rest of the ones. Now we're a big player.
They need us. They don't have a choice. Wait, you guys have 10,000 places where we can tap our ring to pay with crypto?
And that's just the beginning. If you guys are not getting excited about this, this is what we've been waiting for an entire year. Get ready. We're looking forward to the next cycle.
We talked about $16, okay? Let's go back to $16. Let's say we do it. Let's say Bobby's right. We get to the $1 billion value. We pull it off, against all odds, millions of dollars of legal fees, SEC inquiries, TSSB cease and desist. We pull it off. Let's just use our imagination for a second. We pull it off because the numbers are kind of fun. You pulled in 20 merchants for us. You got 2,000 additional mega hash. I don't know what you started with. Let's say it was 100. Now you got 2,100 mega hash. Okay, 2,100 mega hash over the mine. Let's say we're at 25 million. You've got a very teeny tiny percent of the mine output. The mine makes about 120,000 coins a day now. You're getting 10 coins a day. And Bobby did it. He was right. Together, we came together and we did it together. Got to watch out for the Bobby did it thing. We did it together. And I'm getting 10 coins a day off the network, 10 measly coins at $16 a coin. It's $160 a day because you brought us 20 merchants that paid us $727 for their terminal and their 1-year subscription fee. And we did it. Now, think about the numbers. Again, BitPay, 6,600 transactions per month. If we have 10,000 terminals out there, and every merchant's running 2 transactions a day, 2, and an average of $20 a transaction, we're processing $400,000 of payment on our rails a day. 20,000 transactions a day. 20,000 transactions divided by BitPay's 220, we're 90 times the processing power of BitPay. You don't think that's going to get crypto's attention? You don't think crypto's going to come to the table and say, thank you. Geez, we've been wanting this. We really haven't been trying, but we've been wanting this for a while now, and you guys did it. Little Texas coin out of nowhere from the ashes. 90 times is what 1% of our community has the ability to do right now. Right now. Not like in a couple months if the technology comes together. You can go right now, go to the pricing page, place an order for your kit. Now, if you add this to your cart, you'll get over here, put in your discount code. Your discount code is MineTXC. It takes $240 off. You get your thing. If you're not a Texacoin miner and you just saw the discount code, congratulations. Go get a terminal. They're back ordered now about 3-4 weeks. If you're an IDMC member, go to the website, put in your IDMC discount code, and get $245 off your kit. Limit 1 per miner, please.
Okay, real quick, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that real quick. You said the delay on order. So right now, for everybody that's already purchased one, I've communicated this with a lot of you, but what we're waiting on is the cold storage coins to come in. Once we get the cold storage coins to come in, because we want to ship the machine with the cold storage coin, because it makes setup so much easier. Could you do it without the cold storage coin? Yes, but we want to show you how easy it is. So we're about a week or week and a half out on those cold storage coins coming in. Once that comes in, everybody that's already purchased one, we're going to ship that machine out to you. So we're going to start doing some, once we get more people signed up, I'm going to start doing some training sessions for Nectar Pay. We're going to have some in-person meetings for Nectar Pay. Again, guys, this is huge. This is what we've been waiting up for. This is the utility. This is what's going to take us to the next level. This is what starts our second cycle right here. And you guys can be a part of that.
That I've showed you with undeniable math how easy it is for us to take this thing to 16 bucks. How easy it is for us to take this, not just to page one, but to the $1 billion value we talked about from day one. We get there with purpose. We get there with utility. And if 1% of you step up and bring us 20 merchants, 20 small businesses, a nail salon, a bakery, a coffee shop, a vape shop, if you bring us 20 businesses at 727 bucks, we will be the largest processor in the industry by a factor of almost 100. We will share the statistics live on our website so that everyone can go there and go, well, holy crap. They did it. Now we can go and tap our rings. We can share that information and data with other industry, strategic alliance potential partners. We can invite them to send their consumer base out to use the merchants on the rails that we built. That's what we have going for us. That's what exists right now, not in a month, not in a year. If you go to the website and you add to cart and you put in your discount code and you buy a terminal and you take that terminal out and you show people how easy it is for them to use this and accept crypto, we can break the stranglehold, guys. We can get one notch above Trump coin on the CoinMarketCap page one. And maybe Bobby can come out of exile after having accomplished his life's work.
Hey, who's going to be the new cash hog? Remember, we used to have Chad. Wasn't Chad the cash hog?
The hash hog, man.
Hash hog,
it was Chad.
Hog, yes.
I think right now it's Josh Simpson.
Okay.
But he's off the reservation. There's a couple other guys out there. Gage is a top hasher. But remember, guys, we're doing this because we have a theory, and the theory has been exactly the same from day one. If we build the mine, we've got a big, reliable network. People will build on it. We've got it coming together. We're hitting Litecoin blocks. We're hitting Dogecoin blocks. We're profitably mining and paying our electric bill now, not out of our war chest and our savings, but out of our mining revenues, just like we intended from day one. It worked. We did it. It worked. Now, let's grow. Let's start accumulating more hash power. Laugh all you want today. An extra 100 mega hash today gives you half a coin at 10 cents a coin. It's 5 cents per day. It's nothing. And if we only put 3 terminals out there, it'll be a waste of our time. But our goal is to put 10,000 terminals out there. And if 1% of our community comes together to make this happen, we become the largest processor of crypto payments in the entire industry. The mine grows. The industry goes, well, look at that. You solved the problem we weren't able to solve. Well, hot damn. Who knew? Little Texas coin. All those Texas bros were able to pull it off. Why? Because that's what I know how to do. I've told you guys that from day one as well. This tech stuff is not me. The crypto stuff is not me. I know how to get people to use an alternative currency. That's what I testified about in U.S. Congress. That's what I'm good at. That's what I'm able to do. And that's what we're ready to take on right now. But I need your help. Get a kit. It's discounted for you. MineTXE is your code. IDMC is your code. If you're a Texas coin miner or an IDMC miner, you will be able to accumulate 100 mega hash for every referral you have. I even made you a really nice formatted PDF that you can go and grab right now to show off and give out to prospective merchants. It's a win-win, guys. They win, you win, Texas coin wins. We all win together with honest money.
Hey, real quick, Bobby. So we've got Mel's texting me a lot of the social medias. They're asking questions again for us to tell them the price. So again, The price for the demo kit is $250 if you use the code and you go to nectar-pay.com. That's the website, nectar-pay.com. And then you
Click on
go and
pricing.
pricing.
Scroll down there to the demo kit section. Claim your kit.
And you enter the code when you go to checkout. So the code is when you go to checkout.
It takes you over to the Blockchain Mint store. This is the store we set up that started this whole conversation. And you can put your discount code in right over here. Like I said, IDMC or MineTXC.
Perfect. Now that gets you the discount on the machine and the kit. All right. Now we're selling these for $4.99 one-time fee and a $19 a month subscription fee. Okay. That's what you're selling to the business. You're not selling your $250 terminal. You're selling we're going to free ship these once these merchants sign up and you're using your referral link that you get from your back office at MineTXC. Also, there is something else that we're doing for some of you that are going to get really excited and you're like, okay, that sounds great. I love this. I can see myself signing up 20 of these pretty easy. If you want to buy in bulk, which saves us the fact of having to ship these out to merchants, then we offer a discount. So if you buy 10 machines in bulk, we're selling these machines for $350. So now you can make $150 cash, plus you earn your free seat on top of that. So that's the benefit. If you see yourself, if you want to go out there, buy a pack of 10 of these. Now you not only get the free seat, but you get to buy them at $350, sell them for $4.99. You make $150 right off the top.
That's right.
Yep.
And that's a huge thing. Huge thing. And that price goes down with bulk as well. But guys, we're trying this out. It's a pilot program. Like I said, we don't know if it's a good idea or if it's a great idea, but we're trying it out.
It's a great idea.
I think
it's
so
a great
too.
idea.
People have been asking about more hash power. They've been asking about how to become a Texacoin miner.
Yep.
So mining, this is only available to Texacoin miners today. Well, we'll probably have to figure out. Yeah, well, it's a 1-year warranty on the machine there. Good question. What we have to figure out is how to allow other people to join that program as well. But you got to remember, from day one, we always said that we want the people that have the most hash power to be the ones that did the most to help us build and grow. And that principle has worked perfect for us, and it's worked perfect for the community. So it's the same concept here. So we want to give our existing community that's been waiting 5 months a head start on this. They've been waiting 5 months to accumulate more hash power. No one's been able to accumulate any more hash power in the last 5 months. We paid out some commissions and hash, and that was it. And so before we open this up to everybody, because this is an easier way to accumulate hash power, and we've got 6 million extra mega hash that we've already purchased that's on standby. So this is an easy way to accumulate more hash power. And we don't want to open it up to the whole world because our Texacoin miners have been waiting for 5 months for something like this. And so we're going to pilot it with the Texacoin miners. We're going to give you guys kind of the first right and ability to acquire more hash power, to get your hands on more coins. Remember, we're not competing with China. We're not competing with the banks and the institutions that are building 35-acre data centers. We're competing against each other. We're competing against each other to accumulate more hash. The network only makes 120,000 coins a day. They're up for grabs every single day. Who wants them? Whoever did the most to help us build and grow gets them. That's the thing that we've always had. And before it was bring on 3 people. We've changed that now. Now it's bring us a merchant, accumulate more hash power. Bring us 2 merchants, accumulate more. Go buy a box of 10 of them, get them at a discounted price, be able to hand them to the merchant and set it up with them right there in their store. Get them online that day, be their first crypto customer. Make an extra $150 and get 100 mega hash of hash power. Take this coin to 16 with us, and that's, what is it, $1.60 a day?
160 a day. If you sold 20, that's going to be $58,000 a year residual income right there. right?
Because you helped us do what we said.
A
we were
residual
gonna do.
reward. I don't know if you can call it income. I don't know what you can
can.
say when you're on a, okay.
You can say anything you want, and we went through that. It's form over function, or function over
Yep.
form. Oh, it's not an investment. Nice try. Just because you said it was an investment doesn't mean it ain't an investment. So language is important, of course, but don't get splitting hairs in the words. What people want is to take care of their families. What they want is to be able to go fishing tomorrow afternoon if they want to. If they feel like taking the day off and they've got some money in the bank and they're able to go out and have dinner with their family without having to check the bank account first, that's wealthy. That's wealthy to me. And that's probably wealthy to a lot of people that are listening to this call right now. And if you want to be wealthy, if you want to get wealthy with us, honest money is the way to do it. It levels the playing field. It will never fail you. It will never lie to you. It will never cheat you. It will never steal from you. Fiat money will. They'll inflate your whole life out from under you if you're not careful.
All right, guys, we're at about a minute or an hour and 20 minutes here. I hope this was helpful. I hope you're excited about this. Go out there, sign up and get your kit so you're on the list. If you want to do a bulk order, we don't have that yet, so you need to email me directly. You can email me at tim@blockchainmint.com. I wish everybody the success. Maddie, go pick up your sign up, get your kit, brother. All right. I wish everybody success with this. Everybody can run with this. And here's the thing. I want everybody to sign up a bunch of these. I know if Gage Blake is listening here, I wish you the success. I just wish to sign up one more merchant than you. That's all, buddy. One more merchant than you, but all the success.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this message goes out far and wide. I really enjoy this public format. Like I said, I'm sorry that I haven't paid attention to social media. It's not my thing. I know it is an important thing and we need to take it more seriously, but we also need to have the right message. And I think we've got the right message now because our message is for all of crypto. You guys wanted this. We have the tools and the experience to do it. We can put these things on countertops across the world. We can become the largest processor, the largest gateway, the largest rails. We can do it. We have the community. We have the cash. We've got the tech. It's go time, guys. Join us. Win with us. Texit Coin, Nectar Pay. They're connected at the hip. Let's make it a reality. Maddie, thanks for being here tonight. Any final words before you go?
Just get excited. I think the more you hit like on Twitter, the better off we're going to be. And I'm really impressed with all the upgrades, the way that Texit Coin is growing. If you looked just at the progress of Texit Coin, you wouldn't know that the price is down. And so I don't suspect it'll be down for long once people start to catch on. So yeah, well done.
Thanks, you.
Guys, have a great night. We'll catch you again next week. Bobby Gray here, joined with my friends Tim and Maddie, and we will catch you guys again soon.